What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fortnite Tonight, presented by Wildberry Fruit Loops. I'm Fran Mirabel III. On this week's show, we're talking about how it could be possible winter's coming to Season 7. Will we see some actual snow and ice for the holidays? Last week also brought a new weapon addition, the Heavy Assault Rifle. Is this good or bad for the game? And finally, we'll debate, why play Fortnite when there are so many other good games? Now, before we get into it, I want to remind, don't forget to check out Sydney on the IGN Plays live Streamer Showdown this Thursday. Last week, we had Choco Bars and Josh Hart from the Los Angeles Lakers test their Fortnite athletic prowess in a sports challenge. This week, we have another very special guest that you won't want to miss. Don't forget to cast your vote right now for this week's Wildberry Fan Challenge. Make sure to head over there by Wednesday at wildberry.ign.com. Let's dive into all the latest. All right, this week we're back. We got Max on today. How you doing, Max?
Hey, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Steven, of course, is back. How are you, Steven?
Dandy.
All right, we are going to talk theories, man. We are 3 weeks away from Season 7, and theories are abound, okay? There's a new skin, as many know, the challenge skin that has appeared in the game. It is the aimbot. All right, Steven heard a noise. There's a parachute out there, but also its hands and feet are a bit frosty, okay, if you look closely. So I want to talk about, is there a winter wonderland coming? We'll get into the snow stuff soon, because holidays are coming. So, Steven, why don't you start with what you saw for sure and heard?
Okay, so it's the robot skin that you get for the Week 7 challenges. I think in Week 6 you heard like a jet or like some kind of plane. No one knew what it was. I heard it twice and I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, some people thought it was fake at first, but you've heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. It was very weird. And then now you can see like a parachute with an icon that matches his like pants or something on top of Flush Factory. So I thought it was like a neat little Easter egg.
Yeah. So it could just be, right, that they added a new skin to the game and they're just trying to like justify, oh, this guy like showed up and dropped his parachute on Flush Factory.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of the sort of passive stuff they've been doing, where things happen in the course of the match, and you're like, is this telling a story here?
Yeah.
It's kind of like woven in there. So the idea like this, this aimbot is being added to the game.
Yeah.
That people actually want to be there, which is a nice change of pace for aimbots.
Yeah, right. Exactly. If you look closely, there's a little blue over the metal texture on the hands of the bot and the feet. So, okay, the point is, why is it so frosty? So, so where we're going with this is holidays are coming up. Do you think that this could be a hint that things are about to get like true winter wonderland snowfall? We know in the last Season 1 of the game, they did winter stuff, but do you think we could get like actual snowfall, a bunch of like maybe snowballs to throw at each other? What do you think?
It'd be really cool to see the entire map covered in snow.
The entire map? Wow.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I'm sure they'll come up with like some kind of limited time mode.
Okay.
Or maybe the entire map will be icy.
See, now you're getting into the spirit, Max.
I mean, I think this is like, Fortnite is coming up on just about a year out there, and they've demonstrated that they're really good at doing these huge, big sort of seasonal events and really kind of going nuts with it. It seems like the team over there is really, they're big into throwing sort of themed holiday parties, as the sort of Halloween stuff was very indicative. And I feel like covering the whole map with snow, especially with the amount of people who are undoubtedly going to be getting new devices around the holidays that they're probably going to download Fortnite for, it would make a ton of sense to just go completely nuts for it, because that's how you get a bunch of people on board.
Definitely, I'm into it. I would like to see snowfall. I think covering the whole map is too much.
Okay.
And just like, we've never seen that type of thing before. But I'd like to see some frozen lakes. We know the chiller pads that they had there would put ice blocks on your feet. Like, imagine showing up at a place like Loot Lake and you just skate around at will.
Exclusive holiday skin.
I want Santa hats. I want reindeer antlers. I want full Santa Claus costumes. What about sleds?
Yeah.
I feel like you could kind of retool the shopping cart and make it into a sled pretty easily.
That's a good
I like
thought,
that.
Max. You see?
I like
okay, now maybe the map does need to be covered.
I like that.
In it. All right, well,
I really like that.
I'm sure everybody's got a ton of theories for winter. Leave your comments. What would you like to see for the winter event? Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. We got our hands on the new Heavy Assault Rifle. This thing's pretty deadly. I want to know what your thoughts are on it. Steven, you've played a ton of Fortnite, played in tournaments. Where do you think the Heavy Assault Rifle fits in?
Oh, it's definitely one of the best weapons in the game right now.
Yeah.
I take it over a Scar now, because if you hit your shot, it does much more damage than a Scar would.
Yeah.
I didn't like when they added more SMGs and shotguns, because you kind of have the shotgun and SMG that you want. But with assault rifles, you have so many choices now. I think there's a healthy pull
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like the first thing I thought, one was I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And in fact, I can just aim better with it because it's a little slower, so it gives me time to like adjust each shot.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just works for me. Or I just like spray the scar and end up missing. So I really like this weapon. It's one of my new favorites. Max, I know you've played some Fortnite. Do you like all these ever-changing weapons?
Here's the thing. I'm a very casual player. I like to play. I get killed a lot.
Yes.
I can say by the number of times I've been killed by the assault rifle that it's
the aimbot.
It's bad. It's rough, but no, I mean it's interesting to see them adding more variety to sort of longer range stuff because that is more suited for the size of the map that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like SMGs and shotguns make a ton of sense in sort of close quarters, but you know, obviously you've got a lot more people playing over large areas. So.
Yeah. Before we move on, wanted to mention we are having the IGN Fan Fest presented by Wildberry Fruit Loops in Los Angeles on December 7th. So if you want to hang out, celebrate a year in gaming, check out the link. All right, lastly, 'tis the season for so many amazing games. So why are so many people still playing Fortnite? You know, how does this affect other blockbusters out there? I want to get into kind of a broader topic here with you guys. You know, why aren't you out there playing like, you know, Red Dead, or did you ever try God of War? What about Spider-Man? These are studios that are out there investing millions and millions of dollars as well into their games. And I'm just like, there's a whole generation now of people that are maybe used to getting a free game and, you know, there's microtransactions. But do we think it's going to have any effect on the industry going forward?
I mean, I think it gives some insights at how games as a service should be approaching things because Fortnite has shown kind of an incredible amount of patience. This was a game that was announced in 2011, and it came out, what was it, like July of last year? It dropped, and it was like, here's a game where it's sort of like a Left 4 Dead meets Minecraft, and everyone's like, that's nice, and then they were like, we added a battle royale mode, and then suddenly everyone cared.
Yeah.
And then since then they've managed to keep it relevant and keep people interested, which is really impressive. And for it not to be like a very kind of nickel and dimey microtransaction approach, everyone should be looking at that. And it doesn't feel like they're, you know, ripping people off or being greedy. It feels like it's kind of like, hey, you're into this. Here it is.
Yeah, I mean, the skins are expensive, but like we're buying them, and like that's just the market for it. You can't dispute it.
Yeah, but you can also get the full experience out of it without having to.
That's right.
You know. Obviously, there's going to be those whales out there, but
yes, you're right. Like, you can just hop in and play. You get access to all the weapons. Like nothing changes. The battle pass is just a cool incentive for not too much of a price. Steven, how do you look at a game like this? Like, do you think that it takes away, for lack of a better way to put it, too much of your time? And do you want to play other stuff? Or are you good sinking so much time into one game like this?
I mean, like, the core mechanic gameplay of Fortnite is super rewarding for me. I think what you see with a lot of people who don't like Fortnite is they see, like, all the colors and, like, the crazy skins, and they're like, this game looks like a crazy 12-year-old nightmare.
Right.
But, like, if you're actually playing the game and you learn the mechanics and, like, you're constantly just outplaying other players with building and stuff like that, it's really satisfying and rewarding, and I think that is what I'm so hooked up onto. And like Max said, it's completely free. The microtransactions have nothing to do with the gameplay. It's not like you're buying weapons or anything. And I think a combination of it being on every platform and you can cross-play with all your friends, there's like little to no incentive for, let's say, like as a parent to spend $60 on like God of War when your kid is having a blast on Fortnite with his friends.
It's also like, I mean, the colorful aesthetic is clearly that's, you know, that might turn off some more aggro, you know, dude bro gamers, but that's something that won't scare off mom and dad. You know,
Exactly.
it's like, oh, Fortnite, that sounds like a, you know, they made a pillow for it at the slumber party.
Snowballs make squeaky
That's cute.
noises.
Now they're shooting at each other.
But whereas you see like God of War, like Red Dead Redemption,
Blackout.
yeah, exactly.
Intense.
Yeah, totally. It's up.
Yeah, and where I was really going with this was, okay, first of all, there's nothing wrong with playing games that you want to play. You can play Tetris for the rest of your life. That's your business.
You know, Tetris Effect is awesome.
Yeah, Tetris Effect is
Check it out.
Some people do. They just play like 1 or 2 games, and there's no wrong way to game, right? It was a slightly weighted question, but I would pose, I do think it's going to affect the market. I mean, we see games like Red Dead, which has sold whatever, over 15 million copies, can displace other games. You only have so much money and time to go around. And there's these blockbuster studios out there, and we've seen that it causes these shifts. Now, everybody needs a battle royale all of a sudden. And so it's just something to think about. I wanted to throw it out there. I would love to hear more in the comments what everybody else thinks about it. But that is enough intense debate for now. Let's move on and watch some clips. It's time for Wild Moments presented by Wildberry Fruit Loops. We're going to load up some highlights that Steven selected. Let's roll. Okay, just taking some headshots, but missing.
Thought it was going to go a very different direction.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be some amazing play. Oh.
Uh-oh, no. Okay,
Miss?
where is this going? Steven, what did you
You're
pick?
supposed to select good clips. Well, this is a wait for
The
you.
blooper reel.
Wait for it. It's the blooper reel. Oh, he still wants that shot. Oh!
No.
The diligence paid off. How far was
Third
that?
time's a charm.
311 meters.
311 meters.
Wow. It was funny because I was like, they're trying for the snipe, but what's so
I
special?
think the furthest snipe I've hit was like 220, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
311.
I don't think I've ever broke 150 something. Pure luck.
That's got to be a record of some kind. It's like a fun family road trip. I like this.
Fun family.
Quad crasher outing.
Sniper rifle.
Not safe, but looks fun.
Is that a heavy sniper?
Yep, heavy sniper.
All right, some tricks.
Oh, come on.
Wait.
Whoa,
Wait.
no.
Back
Are you
flip.
kidding me?
Heavy sniper shot. I didn't get to see where the shot.
So this is his point of view now. The sniper's point of view.
Oh yes, that is.
What do you do after that? Do you just quit? Like, you just put down the controller and be like, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, that's like a 360 no scope of a different version.
That
Go outside. It's not going to get better than that. Like, do your laundry. You're done.
Exactly. All right, we're on to the last clip. Save
Get
the
out
best
of
for
the
last.
storm.
We'll see.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Hurry. No.
Ooh, he's chunking.
This is not
1v3.
This is not a good.
Oh, nice with the rocket triple kill.
What? With 2 HP,
I think-
your controller disconnects?
I think they threw the controller.
That was
I wanna-
my favorite part.
I wanted to see what was going on in that room when that happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was probably
That-
some shouting and knocked over furniture.
That's the clip that we need. Yeah, I think just freaked out and was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the
Pulled
reconnect controller makes that clip.
We need like some dash cams hooked up to consoles to get those moments.
they're always recording you in your living room, Max.
Yeah, just
I don't know about
Is that legal?
Connect sort of did it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Connect sorted.
Okay, now I want to check in with my good pal Sydney in LA. Whether it's the fan challenge or the streamer showdown, she's got all the deets. Sydney, what else is coming up this week?
Thanks, Fran. If you didn't get your fill of Fortnite tonight, have no fear, we've got you covered for the rest of the week. Wednesday is your chance to be heard when you vote on the Wildberry Fan Challenge. Just log on to wildberry.ign.com to help decide on what in-game Fortnite challenge you want to see our streamers compete in on this Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, when IGN Plays Live Streamer Showdown goes live. That's right, live. Anything can happen. I may just say whatever comes to my mind, like jumping Jellybean on a pogo stick, and literally no one can stop me. Friday, we've got highlights of the best of the week. Shout out to Wildberry Fruit Loops for helping us present all the awesomeness. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sydney. Those are our big topics this week, but next up is our weekly Fort Help segment, Ways to Go Wild, presented by Wildberry Fruit Loops. Let's see what Steven has for us.
Since we have Max on the show today, I've prepared 3 tips to help players that haven't played in a while get back into the game. My first tip is having high ground gives you a huge advantage, so when you're in an intense build fight, the goal is to build higher than your opponent. In order to impede their progress, build pyramid structures above their ramps so they get caught. They'll either have to take the time to destroy it or be forced to build another ramp. Conversely, when you are pushing up a ramp, build pyramids on top of yourself and then edit through them so you can't get caught. My second tip is materials and building efficiently is probably the most important thing in Fortnite. Wood is the easiest to harvest, so make sure you have a ton of wood in the beginning half of your match. However, during the second half of your match, you want to try to use steel as it starts off with more initial health than wood, allowing you to chunk more enemy shots. And finally, they introduced a mechanic called first shot accuracy a while back. The shooting in Fortnite is notoriously inaccurate because of the aggressive bloom, but you can combat this by pacing your shots and waiting for your crosshairs to fully close before firing. So if you want to hit super far shots with 100% accuracy, wait until your crosshairs are closed.
Thanks, Steven. All right, we got to wrap things up this week, but don't forget next week, it's Thanksgiving here in the States. So we'll be back a day early on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Just check us out right here on IGN. If you like the show, be sure to share it with a friend and leave a comment. We want to know what you have to say about everything in Fortnite. You can find all the latest on wildberry.ign.com. Thanks, Steven.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max, for joining us.
Anytime.
All right, hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.